your Twitter and you'll look at @women2. Start following @women2 and you'll see all the tweets. Not only about the pitches, but also about what the Twitter handles.
Our market, we're going after the small business market because 90% of these companies do not currently have a small expense reporting solution other than Excel. There are 30 million businesses with less than 500 people in it. That's 80 million subscribers for us. We are going to go after key niches, service-related industry.
Great, thanks for the pitch. I just have two questions. One is a clarification question. Is the input method only image OCR, or is it digital, I guess through Yodlee, pulling my credit card statements and...
Digital photo OCR.
Okay, great.
For example, the US, Canada, UAE, and European Union, we're kind of the center of all this universe, and additionally we process payments or these transactions via our retail network, which is either via a credit card payment solution or cash accepting retailer. So our target customer is the unbanked individual who does not have access to the traditional methods of banking. In the US alone, there are over 40 million expatriates. So there's a very significant opportunity here.
So I have also worked a little bit in the mobile industry, not nearly as much as Carol, so I'm excited to have her talk to us a bit about exactly what she talked about and a little bit more. Starting with the first question about her being an entrepreneur. When we say, I read in an interview, she said, I got hooked on building new things and the innovation it required. So I wanted to ask Carol a little bit about what does she think it takes to be a good entrepreneur?
Okay, so I just want to kind of tell, this is the part where I tell my story, so nothing about mobile money, nothing about 2010, which we are, but talk about how I became an entrepreneur. And so this is some logos that go with this. So I started my career, I came into the industry very early when it was a very different industry than we have right now. And I worked as a software developer on operating systems. That's how I started my career. And I was a technical person. And I started a company, and there were only 2 women in professional jobs in a company of 400 people. So it was a very different environment than today. And so part of that was that in the beginning, it was kind of hard to be taken seriously in the tech business because I was a woman and there weren't very many women. And so I think that was really good training. The formula is you need 10 great meetings with well-qualified VCs. And 10 meetings means you have to have a great meeting. They can argue with you and tell you certain things, but at the end of the meeting, they're leaning forward and say, wow, I think we need to think about it. I think we need another meeting. It's a good meeting. You take the temperature at the end of the meeting and it's very warm. That's a good meeting. You need 10 of those. And if you don't have 10 of them, you keep having more meetings. Okay? Then the next milestone is, after those 10, you need 5 of those companies to be doing detailed due diligence. And when are they doing detailed due diligence? Your coach will explain it, but you'll know because they're talking to you, and they're asking you questions, and they're calling their friends, and they're doing research. And then you need 3 term sheets. And you don't, but let's go back to the 5. You don't stop at the 5 until you've got 5. So you may have a really great meeting and have 3 in due diligence, and some of them are Mayfield and AT&T Interactive and General Catalyst, and you're just feeling really great. You're not allowed to stay away from the formula.
The innovation that we brought to the market about 4 years ago was delivering residential solar energy as a service. So we looked at solar, we saw that it was finally affordable, and realized that we could actually pay and own the panels on people's rooftops so that they don't have to buy them. And then we just sell the solar electricity at a price that's equal or cheaper than what they're currently paying their electric bill. And so we were the first to the residential market with this solution about 4 years ago. And since then we've raised 3 rounds of venture. We've raised $85 million of venture capital. Our C round we just finished this summer. It was led by Sequoia. We have Excel Partners and Foundation also as backers of the company. And then other big milestones in the company are raising the project financing to buy these panels. So one of the other challenges we had to overcome was, the equipment is expensive. And so today, as the leading residential solar company in the country, we're buying, spending $1 million a day installing solar panels.
In September, we've gotten great user traction. It took us 39 days to get our first 100 users, but only 17 to get the next 100. And over 30% of our users have already converted to premium accounts.
Furthermore, we generated our first revenue-generating transaction 48 hours post-launch. And did we mention that our entire marketing budget has been $150?
So, did you know that there are 28 million tweens in the US? They spent $43 billion annually out of their own pocket, and they influence $155 billion. And it's illegal for them to be on sites like Facebook. Those sites were never intended for kids under 13.